A lot recently. I've been busy, very busy, guys. So sorry I couldn't um, post up new YouTube videos. But a little update what's going on myself personally is the fact that a lot of things, positive things, have been happening, and I feel very blessed. But as I'm feeling very blessed, I also had to remind myself that to be humble because one, guys, I'm a strong believer in karma. Which, speaking of which, I do feel like the universe itself, it kind of rewards people, but at the same time severely punish people during the end game when, depending you know, how things go. Sometimes I do believe that good things happen because of good people's effort, but at the same time, bad things happen because people either do bad things without even knowing it or associate with themselves with bad people. In other words, yes, karma does exist, and I honestly do believe it. And this picture that you guys see right here, which a reminder, guys, because I'm gonna do this throughout this YouTube channel, is that any pictures that I posted is purely coming from online sources or pictures that I personally took that includes nobody. And the reason why is because I'm trying my best to keep everything neutral. Like, I don't want, post pictures of a specific person and that specific person thinks I'm trying to, um, you know, defame them, if that makes any sense. Which, by the way, you could get in trouble if you do that. So I'm gonna try my best to, only obtain pictures and use pictures from online sources or pictures that I took personally myself, but doesn't include anybody. Just fictional stuff or pictures that are neutral. But anyway, this picture that I took personally is from a cliffside in close by the beach. And on this cliff, you can see beautiful scenery, like the picture that you see in the south of the clouds, and up above the sun is setting, but the sun is still illuminating light rays through the clouds. It's very beautiful, and in my opinion, I honestly believe that people go there and do a little picnic just to have a mental meditation or have a good time with their significant others, which I've seen that happening many times. I go there to just simply mentally meditate, and it's a good time that I had over there because I feel like just looking out at the horizon, it kind of, you know, it kind of meditate and calm down my spirit. And the reason why I'm showing you this picture here, guys, is because, as I stated, through meditation, I'm calming down. I had to constantly remind myself to be humble because I've seen many, many times throughout my life where a person is prideful, but the moment he messed up or the moment he slipped, he acts like he's offended. And let's be honest here, guys. We're all human beings. We will make mistake eventually, and of course, we will get offended eventually. Being humble is the it's a mental mindset to prepare yourself to be stoic and engage hardship throughout hard times. And trust me, guys, you will understand this when you learn more about humbleness, especially in philosophy. Because when you're humble, you're not only understanding that you're just a human being like your fellow other humans, but you understand that you as a human being, you have limits. And when you understand your limits, but at the same time you understand your strength, you get to see reality in a very realistic but at the same time honest way. Like, because think about the prideful. What do you see in prideful? They're often a little bit delusional of how their strength are. They think that their strength has no limits. But when you're humble, you understand that you do have limits. But at the same time, you also have strength. That's why, if you look at the ideal warrior, warriors that are living up to standards, that are living up to honor, they always emphasize of humbleness because they understand that they have limits. They don't act like one-man army. Sometimes they do out of pride, but when it comes to serving their fellow countrymen, they act in humbleness because they understand that they have limits and their fellow countryman needs help, and they remind themselves that they're acting as a servant for their people. Kind of like a leader that understands that he has high status, but at the same time he's acting as a servant for his own servant. That's why humbleness is important. Now, recently, guys, I bought myself something when I was getting a higher income, and that something is a drawing. The drawing is called a Mini Mac 2 or Mac Mini 2. Sorry if I said that in reverse. And this drawing is very fantastic. It takes 4K pictures and it goes very far away. Like the technology, the way this drawing works is fantastic, but at the same time reliable. So in other words, it's absolutely worth its value. Like more than its value actually. But it was cheap. It was cheap, but the value itself was worth it. It's cheaper than the PS5 and the Xbox, the latest Xbox. So that's to give you a hint how much this thing costs. But the value is definitely worth more than the PS5. That I will also tell you. So I'm very grateful that I bought this for myself. And with this drawing, I took the picture of this. That's why, in case of you guys wondering how I took this picture without, the ground showing up, is because I took my drawing on the cliffside and took a picture of this. And the drawing takes 4K pictures and, of course, 4K videos. So that's another fantastic thing about this drawing. So, as I stated, guys, I had to remind myself to be humble. And the most recent thing that happened to me, and it was one of my proudest days of my life, is getting my own car straight out of the dealership. And this is the car I have. The car that I have is a Honda. No, not a Honda. Where's my brain at? It's a Toyota Corolla 2021 hybrid. And it saves a lot of gas, but at the same time, it performs reliably and awesomely. Like the ride itself is very smooth, and I enjoy it. But as I stated, guys, despite all this is happening to me, I had to remind myself to stay humble. And this picture, I took it after all, these positive events that were happening in my life. And I took it, and while I was taking the picture, being over there at the cliffside, I was self-meditating, and while I am grateful for all these things, I gotta remind myself to stay humble. Well, guys, see ya, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.